As a real estate agent that needs to make a living, you've got some choices to make also. Now, you can join the wine party and you can get totally drunk on negativity. I don't recommend that. Or you can make some approaches on how you are pushing forward and approaching where we're at right now in the industry. Back in 2007, 2008, 2009, when we had this crash going on and everything was going wacko in the industry, we had a ton of real estate agents that just fell out. Unfortunately, that's going to happen right now also. And the reason why these agents fell out, simply they just were not agile enough in their own industry to switch with the change and move forward and keep business going. Many of them looked at it the same way that the consumer did. It's like things are crashing, everything's going into foreclosure, people are losing their houses, which, by the way, people weren't losing their houses. More of them walked away from their houses than they lost them. But that's another subject, obviously. But things were just falling apart, and real estate agents had absolutely no idea what to do. And the reason why they had no idea what to do is because the only thing they focused on is how business was prior to that situation of that crash starting to take place. It's the same thing that's happening right now. We're in a major adjustment. We talked about the shift. Things have shifted now. Now the interest rates are coming into play. The government's going to use the interest rates to kind of settle the market down a little bit. They're blaming some of the changes and how everything's blown out of proportion. They're blaming it on the real estate industry. So they're going to use the interest rates to play that down. That's fine. That's not our problem. That's not what we need to worry about. Here's the way you need to be thinking, in my opinion. You have a bunch of first-time buyers that no longer qualify for a house that they want to buy. They want to step it up. They want to be in a certain price range. They want a certain quality of house. They can't afford that anymore because the interest rates went wacko. You can't fix that. You can't fix them. You can't fix their problem. You can't put money in their pocket. You can't change the interest rate. Those people just need to sit on the side for right now. You have a bunch of other people that wanted to buy in a certain price range, probably above the median price point in your neighborhood, in your area. The prices were going up, didn't bother them because the interest rates were low. Now all of a sudden interest rates changed. Their monthly payment is out of their range. They don't want to step back and look at the price range they can afford. Those people need to sit on the sidelines. Now I want you to think about something. You're a real estate agent in your own business. Let's take it out of real estate and let's say you run a clothing store and you had a string of or a whole aisle of shirts that didn't sell. They didn't move. They just sat there. You saw people come in and out. Nobody ever touched the shirts. Nobody ever bought them. As a business owner, how long would you let those shirts tie up space in your store before you decided to move them back on another rack somewhere out of sight, somewhere in the back of your mind, knowing that they're there, that you can pull them out when you need them, or when times change or the standards change or fashion changes, you can bring them back out and sell them. In the meantime, you're going to fill that rack up with things that sell. The real estate industry is the same way. That line of people that you have hanging on those racks, the first-time buyers that people want certain price points, all these people that can't do a loan right now, those people need to be set aside. I'm not saying forget about them. I'm saying set them aside, stay in touch with them, put them in your database, send them information, keep talking about how things are getting better in the market. Maybe you'll encourage some of them to open their eyes to the price point they can be. All that stuff sets aside. You need to fill your database or your business with people that can bring business to you. If you don't do that, if you're not agile enough to make that move in your business, you will definitely fall out. Having a list of people that can't buy a house is no different than having a string of shirts hanging on a clothesline that nobody will buy. It's the exact same thing. Now I want to take your mind into somewhere else. We just came through COVID. We had the best two and a half years the industry's ever seen. We've seen more cash buyers come on the market than any other time in history. We've seen people waiver inspections. We've seen people waiver appraisals. We've seen people bid over over the price points, over listings. We've seen all this stuff happen for you folks that have been in the industry for the past 2 or 3 years. What an exciting time to be in. Hate to open your eyes up, but the business isn't like that. So you need to change and say, okay, now what do we need to do? Here's what I want to remind you. There's still a bunch of cash buyers out there. Cash buyers couldn't care less about interest rates. They want a price point. Those people are still out there. There's still a bunch of people that have money. These same people that wavered, hey, we won't do a home inspection. We have some money set aside. If something's broke, we'll go ahead and fix it. Those same people are still out there. There's still a ton of people that have money in their pockets that can use that money now. Instead of buying a house with repairs, they can use that money to buy down their note. They can use that money in other avenues to make the house more affordable. They can put bigger down payments down so their interest rates are less, or like I said, they can buy down their note. They can do numerous things. So these people are still out there. So my advice to you is take all those people that can't do anything now. They're gonna cry. They're whining. They're hurting. They need to be somewhere. I get all that. You can't fix those people right now. Set them aside and fill your business with people that can make a decision today, and they're out there. It's going to require you to use your social media platforms a little bit differently. It's going to require you to focus on a different type of audience, but I promise you, those people are out there. So the advice is chase that clientele. Find them. Make it work. And then I would also do another thing, and I would call every single lender you can think of, every single one you've done business with, and a bunch of them that you didn't do business with, and invite them to lunch or invite them to breakfast or even just a cup of coffee. Break bread with these people. They're just as hungry as you are right now. There's no refinancing going on. Their mortgage applications have dropped tremendously. These people need you as much as you need them. Sit with these lenders and just have a very, very simple conversation. What are some programs that I can use to entice my people to use you? What's different things that are working? Have them explain to you what a 2-for-1 buy down is. Have them explain to you how much does it cost to buy an interest rate down. Have them explain to you how much that saves somebody when they participate in these programs. If you got a $500,000 house and somebody pays $5,000 down and knocks the interest rate 0.25%, what if they had $25,000 and knocked their interest rate down 1.25%, 1.5%? How much would that save them monthly? I can tell you it's about $350. You need to know that information, and to do that, you have to sit with a lender and say, explain this to me. And what you're doing is you're gaining knowledge. So as you change your audience to these people that can afford houses in this type of way, they can be a little creative. They can put their money in different places. You connect with a lender and you connect your client and you put those people all together and you're going to have a deal. If you sit and whine and deal with all the negativity out there and promote the negativity out there and tell your present clients all about the negativity out there, you have zero business. That's where you're at. You have to be agile. You have to make a decision. I'm in this business for life. How do I work it out from this point forward? And when you make that decision, you're going to find everything changes in how you address things. I hope this helps. Please just hit the subscribe button down on the side. I'm going to share tips as often as I can, and hopefully I'm going to come up with something that's going to spark business for you. That's my goal. Have a great day.